Dreams remind you, they fascinate us. But what is it trying to tell you? Because it will always be trying to tell you something. For God's sake, you're living it. And in that dream or that nightmare, whatever you call this subconscious place or space, you're not allowed to know. You're not allowed to know until you come from out of it. While you're in that place, it's as real as anything. That tells you that it is significant and that it should not be taken as a lightly thing. Make sense of it. Even if it's just not the ideal quote unquote dream or nightmare, you still can take from it and say, well, it exists. I exist in that place. I was there. Body, soul, both. I was there. And that I can exist anywhere. That I can exist in such a place, in such a time, in such a version. Even if that dream seems to be the version that you are sort of currently, or you happen to see a different version of you where you don't really have to deal with the understanding of all that you hold here. There. For instance, I had a dream that I remembered, and what I got from it was remembering that I took what I have to carry, I took that with me. Because in the dream, I had to carry it. I had to be reminded of it. This wasn't a dream where I could just be. I could just be walking and just looking at the sea on a sunny day. This wasn't a dream where I'm waking up and I'm realizing that there's so much out there waiting for the higher version of me. No, this sort of dream was reminding myself of this reality. What holds me back in this place was also holding me back in my dream. I distinctly remembering that I was hesitating. There was something I was wanting to do. In this case, someone was depending on me. And because of my limitation, I was hesitating. I was anxious. I showed it through my actions. Giving you an example, let's say I had a date. But in this dream, I agreed. And it was time for me to get ready. And I couldn't find anything that I felt comfortable in. Which resulted in me being delayed. Delayed to the point where I was late. Delayed to the point where I just gave up on what I was supposed to do. And then night fell, and I just waited until the person that I was supposed to had plans with, came back. It was like you felt defeated, where it's just like, you know, if they do wonder what happened, well, I mean, I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. I couldn't go. I didn't have it in me. I didn't feel comfortable. It reminded me about being held back. What's holding you back? And it's like, what's holding you back right now, right here, will follow you everywhere if you don't conquer and persevere through whatever that is that's holding you, that you feel is holding you. Whatever grip that you have on your life, it will continue to haunt you. As you can see, even in my dreams, when I know my dreams are and will always be in my heart, they teach me something. They talk to me. Like I always say, it's not going to always be rainbows and sunshine. It's not going to always be a quote unquote dream. It could be a nightmare. Who knows? It could be something that I watched on TV. It's always reflecting something, though. And it's up to me to come to understand those things, understand what it's trying to tell me. And only I can make sense of it because it is about me. As your dreams are to you, as your life is to you, as your karma, as people say. Different titles for these things. But what is it trying to tell you? You know. You just have to take time to reflect on it. Sometimes we don't always get to remember our dreams, but we take it as we don't have to. Maybe it'll come back to us. But those times where you do remember, you take it seriously because it doesn't always happen. Shoot, my goodness. Dreams are in my heart. So if I could dream every day, all the time, I would. So I'm just grateful when I can remember. It doesn't even matter what sort of dream it is. It doesn't even matter the setting. Because it's the existence of it. It's the essence of it. It's just what it is, that it exists. Dreams exist. That place, that space, that consciousness exists. That subconsciousness exists outside of reality that I'm living in prominently. Because who's to say that this is the prominent life? Not to theorize it, but I mean, you can think about it. And I say that because I'm not saying that, oh, this isn't. Clearly, this is most possibly the place that we're at more majority. And I think we gather that because we're here more than anything, right? We consciously know that we're here more than anything. But we also know that when we go inside of ourselves, or the way that we can interpret it, right? When we dream, that it seems to be we're only there for just a little time. So I think that's where that not trying to theorize it, because there's just signs to show us that, listen, I'm sure this is the real world. You know, and truth be told, you'd want it that way. Because usually in your dream, it's kind of more laid back. It's kind of just straightforward. It's kind of like you're focusing on what you were supposed to focus on, whoever sent you there, right? But in this world, you actually work and you have to conquer through. There is something that you still have to do in this world, but it's not just so straightforward. You know, in my dream, if I'm heading to the park, or if I'm heading to, well, if I'm heading to the ocean, all I see myself is the journey there, me walking and enjoying the journey upon reaching. Here, I may think that I'm going to the ocean and then forget that I am. I may think that I'm going to the ocean, but when I get there, I no longer want to be there. It's just so complex in this world. People can steer you left and right. Nah, you shouldn't go to the ocean. How about you go here? You see, in a dream, or at least for me, it's centered around me. It's centered. It's literally, you are the center of this world. Even though there's people among you, right? And each dream there may be people, but the focus is on you. Always. As it should, because it's your dream. Do you see that? But in this world, it is not your world, right? I say, who the hell world is this? This may be someone's dream that we're living in. Just like someone's system, someone's creation. Exactly. See, I'm on to something. But take what you can take from this, because there's things like, you just want to thank God that you are given a place and a space to be in a world of your own. And that is your dreams. And that is why when you awake from them, you say dreams can come true. I've seen myself in a world, in a version, in another place. It may be this world. It has all the same things. But is it quite my world? You see, is it quite my way? No. But does it have all the same things? An ocean, a sky, a road, people, imperfection, me? Yeah. But I always try to describe it, and I say there's something different about that place, though. I'm more free, because in this place, and I'm heavy burdened, right? There's things physically weighing on me, and there's spiritual burdens that I can't see, but I know. Right? There's things that I can control in this world physically. And then there's things that I can't control because I can't see. I can't see these blows to my soul, the spiritual ones. I can't see the enemies that are attacking me that come inside my house and say, eat this, do this, do. I can't see it, but I can sense it. I can sense such heaviness. And I can say, get off me, right? I can literally talk to it without even really knowing. I know to see it. I feel to see it. Like, I don't want to feel this way, but I'm feeling heavy today. Like, where is this coming from? Right? I want to be happy, but for some reason I'm not happy. Where is this coming from? What's weighing on me? What is weighing on my soul, my spirit, my mind, my body? It's very complex here, because understand this is not your will. Understand this is not your world. Understand this is not your dream. Understand you are not all the way in control. Understand that. To understand why you have lack of control, why things will happen beyond your will. Father, why would you let this happen to me? Why would you let this happen to her? Why would you let this happen to him? Yeah, all those things happen here. because it is beyond your understanding. It is bigger than your understanding. I talked about this in my last live. You have to understand where you're at, the will to understand everything. But we simply forget every time, and we say, why, why, why? Why? Because you're in sin. Why? Because he put it that way. Stop trying to make this world into something that it will never be unless the will is fulfilled. I come with understanding, baby. I understand that you cannot see. I understand that you forget. I understand you don't know because of those things. But I'm trying to tell you it. I'm trying to make you see. Your life is not your own. You've heard that before, right? Okay, when you come into this world, you are a slave. You've seen that before, right? Why do you think? Because you are not in a world of your will. Do you understand that? And so if this is someone else's will and you wake up as a slave, do you think it's truly because of you? When you didn't put yourself there, but someone put you in that family, someone put you in this body. Do you understand? But you can't see who did that. Because now these things are invisible. You have to just believe now. You just have to know to see those things. You have to remember who and what it is. However old you get in this will, however old you get in this world, however old you get in someone else's dream, someone else's will, someone else's world, someone else's system, same thing. You can be 80 here. You can get all the way to 100. 16, 31, me, right? 31. You have to remember those things because there are things that are going to happen here beyond your understanding, beyond your will, beyond your control. And you'll have people say you have more control than you think. That's true. So we try to find what we can control. Instead of questioning the master of this world, God, question the people that are trying to be a God, trying to make it harder for you. But instead of trying to ask questions that you don't need to worry about right now, control yourself. Control your anger. Work on yourself as a human because now this is the species. This is what we're in. This is the alien that we're in. We're aliens to something different. Look at our eyes. Look at our fingers. Look at our mouth. Look at our teeth. Look at our body. We're aliens because remember, this is a suit. This is a temple. This is a covering. This is a veil. All the same things. Because what does it hold? What does it hold? It should hold something rare, something raw, something powerful, something like treasure. It should hold you. Light. It should hold light. Your soul. So this is the alien suit that we're in. And this is what it looks like. And this is what we've adapted. This is what we come to normalize. Anything that don't look like us, anything that we now know is us, is foreign, maybe an enemy, is a threat. We come to adapt. That's why now we have scientists, people, doctors and surgeons, people that have come to know the body, chemistry and biology, people that have come to know this sort of alien, this sort of suit, this sort of covering, this sort of temple, this body. Now it's become this, because now this is the world that we're in. This is the will that we're in. This is the system, and this is the way it is run. And we can complain all day about how this body is weak, how it needs to come down, it needs to be taken away. Yeah, we can and we will. Because there's something always reminding us, something telling us that it's all temporary. That for some reason it's not so willing, it's not so strong, the flesh. It reminds you, even if you forget, that for some reason I want to try, I want to do, I want to go out there, I wanted to go out, I really wanted to be with this person, but for some reason there is limits to this body. That I am more than this body, even if I don't know what a spirit is, or to mother it, to mouth it. I say I'm more than this. I want to, but for some reason the body doesn't want to. The body's tired. The body needs to rest. You would have started to understand the understanding, and then someone would write it in a book, or then you would read about it in a book and you say, oh, that's confirmation. But I come to know these things, you come to understand these things because you're witnessing to this will, to this world, to someone's hell of a dream, to this body, to this existence, to this version. So that's where you have people that don't like the family they were put in, the body that they were put in, their skin tone. So they try to change those things. They tat their body up. They do all these things on the surface that you see. Why? Because they can. It's their body. But these are also the things that come from it because they felt that they have not chosen. So they want to take it upon themselves to control what they can. Right? And that's where you have science, the profit, someone getting rich off of the creation of your vulnerability. Of your concerns. Now you take your concerns up to man, because now you see them to be able to change your world, make your world, right? Because of what God has done to you, what God has given to you, you want to change. And so man is always working. Okay, so we created this new technology where it can change your skin tone. It can change your voice. It can change the texture of your hair. It can change your biology. It can change your DNA. You see, there's pros and cons to science. It's a brilliant thing, though. So there's witch doctors, and then there's holistic doctors, natural and unnatural. So we salute the ones that are working for us, not against us. Working for God, not against him. They may not see it as against him. They may just see it as, well, you asked for it, we're giving it to you. So that is why the enemy always says, well, I didn't do it, you did it. We just made these things. We just present these things to you. You still have to use it. You still have to go for it. You still have to ask for it. It's like you're asking this magician of something. Well, he's going to give it to you. He's going to trick you. I guess that's why tricks are invented, because you're going to someone that truly isn't the creator of the world, but can create things, has the power and the authority. A trick. They warn you on these. Well, if you come to us, scientists, if you come to us, creators, we're not the master. So there will be consequences because it's not the natural way. So again, all these things are created. We adapt here, we normalize these things, understanding. But there's also the accountability of why are you blaming the creator to the extent where these are things that you are now choosing to do. Because hardship, if the will was already called tribulation, right? Because let's be real, if we're coming into a world of darkness and there's some things that you look at yourself as like a superhero, right? You're coming into this world and he says, just expose these things. Like, you know, you're going to stand up for these. You're going to speak up for it. You know, if something's going on, that's what should be happening, right? Okay, well, you're in this sort of world and these things are sort of happening. So it was already going to be hard. It was never going to be like hard in a way where the things you're going to see. Now, it should never really be hard to speak up and stand up because you have your own mouth, you have your own rights, meaning you're in control of your own body. Unless you surrender and you bow down and you want to play like a baby, then again, that's still your choice. But we ain't talking nonsense. You're control of your own body. That's what makes you an individual. That's what individuality is. Amen. That's also what it is when it comes to staying original. Staying who you are. You're in control of staying solid in who you are. Just be you. And so, again, that should have been the easy things. It's going to be hard because of the things that we're coming into this world to see. So we have to say it. This world, maybe once upon a time, was a Garden of Eden. But that soon quickly died. That garden diminished, and now there's a desert. And now it's up to us, generationally, to not just prove to ourselves or to God or to man, because we always trying to prove something. So it must be something spiritually that we got to work for it. There are verses that say now you're going to work for it. The sweat of your brow, you're going to work for it. The men going to lead. So you see the men leading in this world, or at least once upon a time, it was literally a man's world. You should see generationally how things are progressing and how things are not. But ultimately, in everyone's soul, we want fulfillment. We want harmony. We want peace. Even the enemy, he's just a little blinded by his vengefulness, his anger, his rage. Everyone knows how that feels because you're impulsive when you're in that state. But everybody wants God in their life. And to not have God in their life is destruction. Because you not know yourself, you will forget yourself. You will forget the will. You will forget the world you're in. You will forget what type of world you're in. You will forget the reasons on why you're here and why this happens. Because you're forgetting that there is a God and that he had a will for this world. He had a will over your life. There is a purpose for all of this. This is not just a world where you can just be wild and free, though you can. I'm talking about the will. This is not a will where you should be wild and free. There are consequences. There are sneers. There are enemies against you already here. That's why you wake up and you wonder why you're hated. You wake up and you wonder why they just hate your color of the skin. It's always been here. You need to focus on exposing them. You need to focus on testifying so that these things can be ridden, gone away for the next generation. But if we forget and think that we should mind our business, it's not up to us, and that we should just play Playhouse Disney and live here free and just do what we want to do without any consequences, you're in a rude awakening. Don't be surprised when you wake up and your child is missing. Don't be surprised if someone done kidnapped the person. Don't be surprised if someone done shot the person. Someone done got this and that. Do you understand me? Don't be surprised if thieves come in and steal things. It's going to happen. It happens. But you're just thinking this is a world of paradise when I just told you this is not your world. This is not your will. Start acting like it. Start waking up to see that you're here for a reason. And it wasn't to lay on your back and literally not work. And I'm not talking slavery labor, because you have no choice but to do that unless you want to be homeless. I'm talking spiritual. You were sent here as a spirit in this body. This is the natural body in this world. This is what the natural body looks like. But you were sent into the world. And the only way that you could walk and do the work was to be put in a body. So now he knows what family he put you in. But that is also why he doesn't judge from the surface. He searches from within. Because he says, I know my daughter. I know her soul. And that is what resurrects you. That is what is important. What's inside. The soul. Now you have come to understand. Now you have come to know. Now you have come to adapt. But you are a soul and there is a purpose for you. There is a will that you're under. This is a world that you're in, and a version. I say, I've lived many lives. Yeah, my soul. This is one of them. And you could be the same. But even if you don't believe, and even if you don't want to think that way, it's still what it is. You know why? Because you're not the creator of you. There is a creator, and he has created these things, regardless if you don't want to believe, regardless if you don't understand. And boy, are your eyes closed. Boy, you cannot see. But even if you don't, it's still what it is. Humans have done brilliant things. Humans, souls of God. They come into this world and they create things, right? We got all this technology. We got all this brilliance. We got all this knowledge. Right? It doesn't matter where you put us. We will make things. We will adapt. That's the brilliance in that. But then you see the evil works in it. This garden just can't be fruitful, right? There has to be greed. Now they done destroyed all the natural resources, all the natural remedies. Why? Because someone wanted to be greedy. Someone wanted to be higher than everybody. Someone wanted to be a god. Do you understand me? Now there are many gods. There is the little God. Because now when you open your door and you want an apple, a fresh apple, you want to eat healthy, well, guess what? It's not there. Why? Because the same men that hold such brilliance, the same men, those same soul that comes from God has gone against him. Has evil in his heart, the intent to destroy, the intent to take away. Because you're not just taking away from me, you're taking away from the babies, the innocents. Where can they get their resources? Where can they get their fresh water? Oh wait, where are the wells? You destroyed them too. Why? Because you wanted us to purchase, you wanted us to go to you. This man wanted us to go to him, wanted us to go to him as a God. Now they created these corporations. Now they have built up these temples. Now they name them church and sacred sanctuaries. But inside them are abominable works. Do you understand me? But we flock to these things because, oh wait, we can't see the face of God. Oh wait, because there's no natural remedies. Now we are left with these things. Now we are left to these slave masters. Now we have to obey them. Is it not punishment? Does it not smell like punishment to you? But for some reason, people are treating these things like they are paradise. Like they don't see nothing wrong with it. They've adapted to this system. They've adapted to this one way, one world demise, destruction, destroy. They've allowed this master to not just get rich and powerful, but he's a god here. He's a god. And the few that remember these things every day, that's fire they walk in. Every day, that's agony. Every day, that's misery. Every day, that is why he talks about that way is narrow. That individuality, that originality is narrow. Because now the people flock in this way. This is society now. This is what society is. This is the program. Get with it or get out or don't belong or be an outcast. This is the laws and the regulations from this man / master / mini god. He's just a man though. He's just a man, just like you, just like me. It just takes a person to have a plan and now he needs certain people to be on his side, right? He needs a woman on his side. He needs his little pet on his side, his protege. He needs a few. And then there's many. And then there's the majority that align in his allegiance. And then there's people that just, they're not understanding. They say, oh, I understand, but they don't understand the making of this will. They understand that things are not right. They understand that there's things that are unjust, but they don't understand that this is not paradise. They don't understand the will that they're in. They have forgotten. And to forgotten those things is to forget themselves. And that's just the surface of it. So I'll leave it there.